Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Love of Stories and the very first episode of Wednesday Writing Reddit Roundup. Yeah, I know the name sucks. I'll think of something better, hopefully in the future. So for now, that's what it is. But we're here on the writing subreddit on Reddit because we're just going to look around at all the posts and hopefully give some advice and maybe provide some motivation towards people who are looking for it. Because I mean, I'm on here all the time. There's people asking questions all the time, and we can do this. So why not? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to blur out all of the names because I don't know if I'm allowed to post other people's names on a video. But yeah, that's my problem. So let's get into it. We'll probably start with just new. Okay, so the very first one that we have here. Okay, conflict in chapters. Yeah, let's see what it is about. I need some help adding conflict to some of my chapters. I'm aware that every chapter needs conflict, or at least a purpose. I have main characters, main chapters, plot points, outline, but I seem to have trouble with the in-between chapters. How do you make each chapter interesting? How do you connect all the major plot points together? I would appreciate any advice. Okay. So, I don't think every chapter necessarily needs conflict. And there's a big difference between conflict and confrontation. But I think every chapter does need some sort of driving force behind your character's actions and their decisions, right? I think what every chapter really needs is just something interesting, right? If you don't have quote unquote conflict in your current chapter, if you don't need it at this very moment, you can do things like expound upon your world, talk more about it. Maybe your characters are interested in exploring and seeing what's going on. Maybe figure out what's going on in a city you're at or a village or whatever your world seems to be presenting. And then at the end of that chapter, then you can maybe get to a point of conflict or confrontation, whichever one. But have them have a reason from going from A to B, right? Like they're going somewhere to do something that'll further along the plot. And when it comes to connecting all major plot points together, I think one of the things you can do that's super helpful is plan backwards from your climactic event with all of your, your protagonists, your antagonists, and show how they got there all the way back to the beginning of the story. I think if you can do that, then you have a cohesive story where all your plot points tie together. It's an old D&D dungeon master trick that my old dungeon master taught me. So yeah, try playing backwards when it comes to plot. And I just realized this thing is okay, whatever, I'll clean it up later. So yeah, playing backwards and your plot points will be cohesive. Okay. Oh, am I posting this? I'm not posting that. And post. Man, editation software is helpful? I guess it's helpful. Okay, next. Nope, that's an ad. Best writing practices shared on Soul Cial. Hello, dear writers. Let me spread the word about a good opportunity. That's an ad. I need reasons for my... Oh yeah, I clicked on this earlier. Interesting, I guess, to say the least. Okay, I need reasons for my character to leave. I'm at a certain point in my story where my main character is stuck in her homeland as the only person left alive because she accidentally killed everyone at once with her powers during a breakdown. She went all Siri on them. She doesn't mind the silence, has more than enough food, and lives relatively comfortably in her humble abode, a cave. LOL. She does get bored a lot, but always finds a different way to entertain herself. As nice as this sounds, I don't want her stuck here. I want her to continue her story, and I'm having a hard time coming up with any reasons why she would have to or want to leave. I haven't been able to expand her story for months because of this one part, and I can't get rid of it because it's very crucial. For more info, the land is waterlocked and very isolated, so she can't go somewhere else, and the only way anyone can leave or enter is by boat. So if a character needs a reason to leave her island, basically, and she's the only person on there, oh, that's a tough one. I think if she's the only person on there, does anyone else have a reason to be there to, like, get her off or give her the impetus for getting off the island. Maybe this event happened recently and she needs to get away. Or I guess by the sound of what you've written, that's not what's happening. She's been living here by herself for a while after this event, and she's apparently totally fine with having killed everybody. That could be fleshed out later. You have to give her some sort of intrinsic motivation for getting off the island. Maybe it's just to see the world. I think being bored of her surroundings could be the reason to get off the island. That's a perfectly valid reason. But I think you're gonna have to make the reader compassionate with this character who is completely alone on this island by her own hand, right? She's the one who, yeah, sure, she had a breakdown, but she's the one who killed everybody, right? So yeah, it's about finding that intrinsic motivation for your character to get off the island, and boredom is a perfectly good reason. But if you need a better reason, maybe she doesn't feel so okay about having killed everybody. Maybe she's trying to run away because she thinks she'll be punished for it if anybody finds her. So she'll like stow away on a ship that comes by, and then if a ship comes by and there used to be an island full of people and now there's absolutely nobody there, they're gonna ask some questions. So you've sort of, I don't want to say you've written yourself into a wall or a hole, but it's gonna be rough. But yeah, try to think of like reasons why she would want to leave, why she would want to get off the island that have to do with the events that happened, or something internally motivated. Maybe what are these powers that her breakdown made her explode, right? Maybe she wants to find out what is going on with her and how she can stop it from happening in the future. So yeah, try something like that, and hopefully everything works out. Alrighty, and post. I'm not a huge fan of this dictation thing. Maybe I just won't do it from here on, and just type it out after I'm done speaking, because it's a lot of backspacing, yo. All right, next. Do you think there are people truly destined to be writers? There was an edit. Okay. I more so meant to say people that are very cut out to be in full potential, whether they use it or not, instead of destined. Let me read the original text. I don't know where I'm really going with this, but I do believe there are people more gifted than others, and they're always sitting on really great ideas, many of which will never be written or produced. Then there are people that have produced works and written what they've wanted to. Do you think it all just comes down to discipline? Only recently did I realize that I'd never have a light bulb go off in my head that would direct me to when I'd be ready to write or finish off many drafts from years ago. Gifted writers or people that just write for fun, is the principle always the same? Is it just up to whether you choose to sit down and face those words once you wrote and continue them, or leave them be? And is it really worth it? I think fear is a big factor for me, although I'm not sure why I feel scared about it. Maybe it's because I hate and love my works, or hate them for what could be. So the edit, the people that are cut out to be on the full potential, to people who have yeah, I think this comes down to talent and hard work, right? It comes down to talent and hard work. And there's an old saying that I'm not sure who it's from, but I'll put it up on the screen, that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And I think in your case, you're wondering if there are people who have all the talent in the world and don't do anything with it. I'm sure there are. And I'm sure there are people in the world who don't really have much of a talent, but they work really hard and develop their talent, right? Like, you don't stay talentless by working hard, right? That's the opposite of what happens. You work hard and sometimes you build up your talent. The only way you stay talentless is without doing any work at all. And I think for a lot of people who, sort of face these similar problems, I mean, everybody's afraid of putting their works out there, right? It's why the initial stages of writing is always exciting. It's always fun. You're getting somewhere. And then you get like 290 pages in, you've got 2 chapters left to write, or whatever, and all of a sudden you hit a roadblock because, well, you're scared now, right? You're scared of putting your work out there. You're scared of other people seeing it. You're scared of having it edited. What if it won't sell? What if people hate it? You know, those sorts of thoughts sort of creep in, and they form the basis for your writer's block. And it's why a lot of people don't finish a lot of their works, right? So I think if those are your fears, or you could have different fears, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got different fears, but it always comes down to self-doubt, right? It's, you got to get over that self-doubt. And I think, alluding to your question, there's no guarantee of anybody's success. I think what you can do, the only thing you can do is put yourself in the best position to be successful. You can work really hard, get your work out there, get your writing polished, published, maybe self-published, or get it out to a publishing agent, and see what happens, and prepare to be rejected. Prepare to be rejected many times. It happens to every successful author, but you got to keep trying, right? The most successful people you look up to in any field, very few of them got there through sheer, luck. Like first time work, put it out, successful. A lot of them put a ton of hard work into it. And I think a lot of people stop writing because they realize exactly how much hard work goes into it. And sometimes that'll needle at your passion. But I think if you're passionate enough and writing something you genuinely love to do, then you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way to get it done. So don't be scared. Everybody starts somewhere. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But I think if you love it enough, you'll get through it. And I hope you'll be as successful as the next person, as successful as you want to be. All right. Alrighty. And host. Maybe the dictation software wasn't such a bad idea. Anyway, next. First person thoughts and third person narrative. Is it an argument as another person? She cannot be serious. He thought she was going to blame me. No, I think this happens quite a lot, doesn't it? First person thoughts and third. Is it alright to incorporate first person thoughts in the third person? Yeah. My sister walked by, kept on it. She cannot be serious. He thought she was the one who blamed me. Or is comment just in the middle of the paragraph. I think this happens a lot though, doesn't it? Yeah, this is an extremely common thing to do in any story. So yeah, go for it. So I'm just gonna write. What a terrible piece of advice. All right, whatever. Go for it. I've been doing that a lot. Take a break for 5 minutes. I'm trying again. Oh, I can't comment? Oh, so we're here now. All right, so we're back at the beginning because Reddit told me I was commenting too many times, so we're gonna stop there. If you like this, please let me know in the comments, and if you've got questions, I wouldn't mind people starting a discussion down in the comments, honestly. So yeah, if you've got questions, you can put it down in the comments, and maybe our fellow commenters can help you out too, as well as coming here and doing it. Anyway, like and subscribe and all that nonsense. Thanks.